If you've been following my series Back to the Day, then you'll know that several months ago I purchased these two 3D printed buildings for my Wild West town. Now, I've decided it's about time that I got these painted. So today we're going to be working on these, taking them from as they've come and as they've arrived to me, right through to the finished painted product. So without further ado, let's jump down to the workbench and let's get these sorted. And welcome to the workbench. And so the first thing I'm going to be doing with these 3D prints is to check that they are all cleaned up. And essentially what we're looking for is any sort of bits of sort of excess printing. Sometimes you get support arms for these builds. There's no shown on there. I'm just trying to find some examples. These are pretty clean, but every now and again you'll find some extra bits of printing that just down here, for example, just that on the edge, that will just file off or cut away with a hobby knife quite easily, and it's just essentially a cleanup job. This one, the roofs are pretty good, but if we look inside, let's see if we can see any of the things that I'm talking about. Probably not. These look really good, and to be honest, I did do a little bit of a cleanup before anyway. So having cleaned them up, I will then take them outside, and I'm going to prime these with some spray cans. Now for the main buildings here, I'm going to be using a brown spray paint. I'm actually going to use this one from Halfords, which is just their camouflage brown ultra matte. Comes out with a really nice finish, and then really easy to dry brush over the top. In terms of the bank here, we actually have this sort of stone bit at the back, which is where the vault is. So for this, I'm going to be spraying this with a black spray paint, and that will give me a really nice base color to then come in and do some lighter dry brushing over the top with some grays and some sort of beige colors. Maybe even using some inks over the top of that, ink washes over the top, so some greens where maybe a bit of algae's got in there, some browns for some dirt and stuff like that. So that'll be really fun to do. So next thing I'm going to do then, I'm going to just give these a quick last look over just to check that they are all clean, and then we'll go out and prime these, and then I'll come back and we'll do some detail work. So back in a flash. Okay, so we have now primed the roofs and the main parts of the buildings. You can see just about here, this is more of a black. I did get a bit of brown overspray, but to be honest, I think that's going to benefit when it comes to the dry brushing, and it will mean that the finish is uneven and it'll look more natural that way. So really, really pleased with that. Now, the next thing I'm going to do with these is to paint the details, and I'll quickly explain why I'm going to do that first and not do the dry brushing first. The reason I'm doing the details next is because once I've done the details, I actually want them to look weathered. So the plan will be, once I've done the details, to then just go over them with the dry brushing as well to add that weathered look. So I'm going to crack on with the details, and then I'll come back after that, and then we can talk about how we're going to do the weathering. Okay, so we have the details now done. I've gone for a sort of a colour scheme on the gun shop for a red, kind of taken from the NRA's colour scheme, although I'm obviously not replicating the NRA exactly or a supporter of it. But I just thought guns in America makes sense that maybe I could take a bit of inspiration from them as an organisation. So I've done the name and the doors, windows, nothing else on the inside. Now, when it comes to the bank, I thought sort of a green and white colour scheme might be quite good. So I've gone for green shutters. Everything else is pretty much sort of a white or an off-white colour. And then inside, you can just see I've done the bars to the vault in a metallic silver, and also the hatch at the door just here as well. So that's all done. The next thing I'm going to do is add a quick wash to these just to dirty them up a bit, and then we'll go into a dry brush across the whole of the two buildings. Now what I will do when I come to the dry brush is just I will work on this stony area and use sort of greys to create the look of the stone that I want. Everything else will be pretty much sort of a dry bone sort of colour, dry brush over the top. So without further ado, I'm going to go away and get the washes done, and then we'll work on that dry brush, and I'll come back with the final buildings. And welcome back after I've gone away and done some work, and I've managed to actually get these finished. Now, I'm really impressed with actually how they've come out. I appreciate that maybe the dry brush was a little bit heavy in places, and if you were watching the live stream, if you joined us on Wednesday night for the live stream, you would have heard my backstory to why these buildings in places are a little bit heavy on the dry brush. Essentially, I came up with this wonderful backstory that we'd had a bunch of cowboy decorators in, and they had absolutely done a bit of a job, and they're not a great one at that in places. And I think I might turn that into a scenario for Dead Man's Hand at some point. But anyway, back to the buildings. I'm really, really impressed with how they've come out. The detail on them has been really great for picking up on the dry brushing, and I think it's come out really, really well. So let's check out the bank now, and we'll close this video out. And welcome back to the turntable, and it's now time to look at the bank, as I mentioned in the last clip. I'm really, really impressed with how this has come out. The detail is fantastic. I particularly like the stonework and the paint effect I've managed to pull off on this. It was just a couple of grey dry brushes, a dark grey dry brush, and then a light grey dry brush, which has just been used a little bit more sparingly, and then I've obviously dry brushed the entirety of the building. Now I do think the base might have warped a little bit because noticing bits which are not sitting flat, and the roof there is not in contact with certain parts of the building. It was originally, and I don't know whether that's the heat of the room that I'm in or not, so I'll have to take a look at that. But for game purposes, I think this will work just fine. Now the interior painted up really nicely as well. I've got the details in there. I'm not going to show you that in this video, but just to say that I'm really pleased with how they came out as well. And I continued that story that I mentioned in the last clip with the cowboy decorators, and they've made a right mess of the back corner of the on the roof, which is over the vault. So I think maybe I might try to get a couple of plastic gunfighter figures and see if I can put them into sort of painters and make them look like painters, and maybe they're trying to break into the back of the bank, and that might cover up the mess. So all in all, quite funny, and I think it'll add to the narrative. But anyway, that's how I've gone about taking these 3D buildings from prints through to final buildings and pieces of terrain. I think they'll be a great addition to the Wild West town, add a lot of character, and it will just break up some of the kind of monotony of just the same sort of buildings side by side down a street. This adds a corner piece and allows me to do maybe like a T junction going through town. So really, really excited to add these to the table, and hopefully I'll get a game in not too many months time with a full looking table. So once again, thank you very much for your patience over the summer months. I know I've mentioned before that I was thinking of having a sort of a summer break. It's been extremely hot and work has been extremely busy, and I just lost a little bit of motivation. So it's good to be back making videos, trying to fit it in when I can, and of course doing the live streams, getting those back up and running has been really enjoyable as well. So if you haven't checked those out before, do try checking those out on the channel. My live streams are on a Wednesday at 8 p.m. UK time, and of course my videos will continue to be released on a Sunday at 6 p.m. So I hope you've enjoyed this. I'll be back very soon with another video. Not sure whether it'll be next week, as I'm still in that sort of summer break mode, but I wanted to get something out onto the channel. I will be back next Wednesday with another live stream, so do check that out. I'm not sure what we're going to be painting yet, but I'll have a think and try come up with something. So until then, take care, stay safe, and we'll see you soon.